For those that don't know, St. Nicholas Abbey is planning a railway, and we are hoping that it will be completed by the end of 2018, and it will be an added attraction to the northern section of the island, and we hope that it adds something to the tourism industry. So the concept really of the train station, aside from its desire to really broaden the base of our visitors to St. Nicholas, is really a desire to extend the attraction beyond the actual main plantation house here. And one of the most iconic views and locations for visitors to experience is actually Cherry Tree Hill, which, as you can see, is some kilometer away from St. Nicholas Abbey. And the idea really is to give the visitor an experience that is varied, from open field journeys to wooded mahogany areas here, and then into this disused quarry which has beautiful rock faces, and then finally along the avenue to Cherry Tree Hill. Everything to do with St. Nicholas Abbey as it exists today will remain the same way. The ambience of coming in through the driveway with the big broadleaf philodendrons, but nonetheless the train itself will cross the axis of the main house and have an opportunity of people both taking the tour of the great house, interacting with the train as it passes. When we talk about this being a train, a lot of people assume that this is like a Disneyland train, I don't want to use the word rinky-dinky train, but a small little train. But this locomotive was built for a sugar plantation in Java, Indonesia. And it was built in 1914, and it is a very powerful locomotive. It weighs about 18 tons. So it has the same gauge as our original railway, and very coincidentally, because we were looking for a smaller gauge. So this is a proper train. It's not like a small little train. It will weigh 18 tons. It will have a tender where the wood will be in it. It will have a total height of maybe 12 or 15 feet. And when you stand next to it, the boiler will be another 3 feet higher than the person standing next to it. You expect that by January, the end of this month, January, we should be under construction. And I anticipate it to be about 6 to 7 months of heavy earthworks, and then the process of installing the actual track is just a linear thing that will occur as the works are still progressing. So it is going to be completed for November of this year, and it might seem as though it's a lot to do, but as I said, once the earthwork contractor has moved away from a particular area, even though he's working somewhere else, we still have an opportunity to carry on with more detail works and so on.
Okay.
So the train shed, it should be at this location, the train shed should be completed by the end of March. So that just shows you how accelerated it would be. The train actually has a varied potential, and we have obviously the cruise ship industry that is important. But then there is this innate thing about Barbadians who, I think it's from the history of our train, they just love the idea of a train. I mean, the response has been overwhelming from more locals than anything else. So we anticipate that there is going to be a broad base visitor appeal, and we were going to try and encourage the Barbadians to visit more in the summer months, obviously. But the St. Nicholas right now has a visitor arrival of about 35,000, and we anticipate that potentially this could double, just the train aspect could double that arrival. So it's going to be quite a large increase of volume in the area. The carriage is open-ended veranda both ends, so it's going to be very tropical, very open with roll-down windows, so you're going to get a complete view and not have like a half of a window in your face. And it will hold approximately 32 sitting, but then we would anticipate because there's no safety issue that you could actually get 4 persons in each veranda, because you know there's always this nice thing about sitting at the back of a train and seeing it go along. So we could get as many as 120 people within the 3 carriages.